What up, what up, what up? Got a little something to share with y'all this afternoon. I had brought myself something nice, something exclusive. Oh, as a matter of fact, let me change some settings. What up, though? What up, though? What it is? Tuesday evening, and I'm chilling in this motherfucking studio, eating some Jamaican beef patties. I was so hungry at work earlier today. I ate my lunch like 10:30, 11 o'clock. Man, by 3:30, man, I've been so damn hungry. Couldn't wait to come home and get something to eat. Wait a minute. Yo, this shit come all the way from Cali. I got me a tube all. But what's in the tube though? That's that part though. Ooh-wee. Alright, I'm gonna pull it out as soon as I finish eating my beef patty. I'll show y'all what's in it. You might be surprised. That shit looking good. That shit coming along nicely. Yellow cake alert. Not the yellow cake. This ain't aluminum. This is cardboard, man. Talking about some damn yellow cake. Make sure I got all my shit ready. Brushes are all clean. I need to clean my thinner out. Well, after this session of painting, I'll clean this thinner out because I've had it in there since the weekend. That shit's getting dirty.
It's not like he wants to kill. He just doesn't want to
getting dirty.
You know what I'm saying? It's that situation you got. We are living in a war zone. I feel like I can represent my generation so much because I honestly did not care about the other God. But now, God, I can't leave straight. You know, I'm not sure.
All right, a few more bites and I'm done.
So y'all already know what time it is. And then after that, boom, it's all over. And we can see, you know, how this fall. But that's how it is. It's being because if I can't live free.
Oh, these little beef patties, it ain't no whole meal. But if you hungry, you got the munchies. Man, one of these shits will hit the spot like a motherfucker, yo. Damn, that shit hit the spot. I thought I was gonna start getting hangry for a second. Alright, no more beef patties. They're done. It was delicious too. They're kind of dry. You better have some water or some juice or something when you eating these motherfuckers, because you liable to choke on this shit. I'm just trying to let you know. Jesus. So I've done something that I rarely ever fucking do, yo. I just don't do it. You know? But I thought to myself, maybe I should do it more often. And that's the one thing I never do, or barely, rarely ever do, is buy art. Like how I sell my art and people buy it, I don't do that shit. Because I make art. I'm an artist. What the fuck it look like with me buying art from somebody else? But you know, over the past couple years, I've followed a few artists and I've met a few artists that really, like legit inspire me. Inspire me to, you know, to stick with my craft and perfect that shit and to make it better and to produce masterful, beautiful artworks. And so, once again, on my social media, 95% of the people who I follow are artists, are creatives in some type of way. And I follow some dope ass fucking artists, yo. Some real legit, like legit creative people. And a couple years ago, I came across this one artist. Yo, his shit blew my mind. I'm like, yes, my nigga, this is the type of shit that we all need to see. You know what I'm saying? He has this very distinctive style of painting, a very distinctive style of imagery and conceptualization that he puts into his work. And I honestly admire that shit, yo. If y'all got y'all smart devices with you, your phone, your tablet, your laptop, or whatever, go on your Instagram account and look up Floyd Strickland. Look up Floyd Strickland art. Floyd Floyd Strickland. Strickland. Go check his Instagram out. Floyd Strickland. He's the fucking truth. So much so that I had to buy some art from a man, yo. I ain't gonna lie. So what I have here is a print that I purchased from Floyd. Not very expensive, but not really cheap either. I could have went out and got me like some Air Maxes or something, you know? Could have caught me like a designer hoodie or some shit, but I said, nah, I think I'm gonna invest my shit in a piece of art. When I get paid, like for real, when I start making that real change and really get paid, I already told him I'm gonna buy one of his original paintings and have in my collection. So y'all wanna see the print that I got from my homie Floyd Strickland, all the way out in Cali? I know y'all wanna see this shit, don't you? You wanna see what this shit look like. I'm gonna show it to you. But y'all just gotta know, like, me being an artist and producing the artwork that I produce, cause my shit ain't shabby. You know what I'm saying? I don't slack on my artwork. I go hard with the shit. So when I like somebody else's art, them motherfuckers go just as hard as I do, or fucking harder. So let's see what we got here, guys. Dun 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 dun. I need music for this. Oh, not that. Not that part already. What? Oh my God. Yes. Yes, son. Oh my God, this shit is so fucking hard, yo. Here. Oh shit. Posey, what's up, bro? Yo, say this shit ain't fucking hard as shit, bro. Wakanda was Wakanda, not Egypt. This is definitely Egyptian hieroglyphs. But yo, go to my man's Instagram page, yo, Floyd Trick. Yo, my man is the fucking truth, son. And I think this is his son, yo. This is young boy. I gotta get a frame for this shit. The details is crazy. I'm telling you, yo. Layers to that shit. Art on top of art. Everything from a portrait to motherfucking hieroglyphs to motherfucking Mickey Mouse all in one piece, yo. This shit is fucking crazy. That's it, yo. Know your past, know your history, yo. We all descend from greatness. We all descend from the greatest mathematicians, astrologers, doctors, scientists, governors. That's our lineage. That's our history, yo. You gotta know that shit. Stand proud in that shit, yo. Then he got the halo around his head, representing the crown, the sun, the fucking king. Amen Ra. Amen. Say it again, Boozy. Say that shit again, yo. This shit is awesome. Yo, Floyd. Bruh. My nigga, you ain't signed my shit? Oh, damn, I ain't got no signature on this shit, yo. Oh, hell yeah, this shit going straight in the frame, bro. I ain't got no signature on it, though, damn. Damn. I did that shit one time though. I sent somebody a print and didn't sign it. I mailed it to a different state and he called me and said the same thing. He was like, damn bro, you ain't even signed my fucking print. How people know that I got it from you? I could have just print this shit offline myself. I could have just stole his picture and went to a print shop and had somebody print that shit up for me. You know what I'm saying? The signature really what makes that shit authentic, so motherfuckers don't know. I mean, so people will know. I didn't just take this. I didn't steal it. I didn't print it out myself. You know what I'm saying? I paid them for this shit. Bruh, it's so light and written in pencil, I couldn't see it. My bad. Nigga, I was gonna say, he got it. Ooh! And that's why I hopped on it too. Man, he put a little post online. He was like, yo, I got a couple of these shits left. Grab them now. No, you got it. You got it, bro. You got it. It's in pencil. I can't hardly see it. Like that, you can't really see it. But it's there, it's right there. And boom, look. 19 or 20, nigga. I almost missed out on it. Almost. Yo, I got next to the last one. Yes, sir. You see that? Got the signature. Ooh. Limited edition set. Only 20 of these motherfuckers, bro. And I got one. Only 20 and I got one. Yes, sir. Bruh. Yo, you the truth, my nigga. Floyd, you the truth, bro. I don't just be liking your shit for no reason, homie. Like, you got it. You got it, man. Damn, boy, I've been looking at this piece since last year too. Like, I know you had it for a while, but this one of my favorites, yo. Yes, sir. And then the other Joan with the hyenas and all the flowers in the background, bruh, that shit too crazy, nigga. Like, like this nigga mind thinks so fucking crazy. Yes, sir. I will be framing this up this weekend. Thank you very much. 19 out of 20. Ain't missed my spot. Y'all better hop on some of his shit now, cause yo. I try to, bro. I definitely try my hardest. Hey, I be trying to keep up with y'all niggas, yo. That's what, and once again, I say it again, yo. On social media, motherfuckers, I know people who don't like social media, I don't use it. Like, it's a tool. Use that shit as a tool. I mostly follow artists, yo. And that be my inspiration, because I see motherfuckers like him produce shit like this. And that shit give me ideas, encouragement, motivation, seeing this black excellence, this extreme, immense talent with the fucking brush and the oils, doing it the traditional way. You know what I'm saying? Everybody want to do digital art. That's cool. That shit hot. You know what I'm saying? But traditional shit, man. Love that shit, bro. Floyd Strickland. His name, he in here with us right now, bro. Floyd Strickland, that's his name. Look him up on Instagram, yo. You gonna follow his shit, yo. My man, the fucking truth. My man is the fucking truth. Appreciate it. Thank you for the goddamn print. Frame my shit up. And goddamn enjoy this motherfucker. That shit going downstairs in the living room, you know, goddamn. So I see that shit all the time. I see that shit all the time. And I already know people gonna be like, you paint that? Like, nah, nigga, that's not me. That's Floyd. Yes, sir. I bought some other art from another young artist, too. I think she out of Texas. But I told you, yo, Tyson from North Carolina. I told you, yo, my man, the truth. If you like my art, you gonna love his shit too, bruh. I'm telling you, he the fucking truth with that shit, bruh. Black. All black. You know what I'm saying? Keep his wife and his kids up in that shit, yo. Family, unit. Excellence, nigga. Excellence, bro. Yeah, definitely. But as soon as I seen that package on my front porch, I'm like, let me hit this nigga up now, because I'm about to blast the shit out of this. About to blast the hell out of this shit. Yeah, shit, my followers know, yo. I got people been following me for years. Y'all ever seen me buy art from somebody else? Do I do that shit? I don't be doing that shit, bro. Wow. Yeah, your thumb gonna get tired hitting the like button, nigga. Thumb gonna get tired doing that shit, yo. And he stretches his own canvases, he build his own shit, bro. Like, that's the last step. That's what I feel like makes a painting yours completely. I buy pre-stretched canvases from, you know, art shops and shit. But that's that extra layer to that shit where you get the wood, you cut that bitch to the sizes you want, you build your fucking frame, and you cut your fabric to the size you want, and you stretch that shit yourself, then you put it up, then you sketch, draw, and paint on this motherfucker. That's your whole project. That's your shit. If I start stretching my own canvases and shit, I'm gonna have to add an extra $1,000 just for that. Oh, you want this piece? bro. You know what? I made that canvas too, bro. You know, that's gonna. I gotta start doing that shit. I need. I got enough space. Just need to stop being lazy with it. I never done it before, but I don't watch you do that shit. I watch a couple other people do it. I mean, YouTube University. It's not hard. Motherfucker, just do it. You know. Yo, now what's good? What's good? What's good? What's good? Chilling, bro. Yo, you just came in here, man. I gotta show you this shit I just got, man. I gotta show this shit to everybody, yo. And pull this shit out again. I shouldn't even put it away. Damn. I wish I had a frame already. I should have asked you what size it was when I ordered it. Then I would already had a frame for that shit, yo. Like, look what I just brought myself a little gift. Got myself something nice. That's that shit. I could have got some nice ass Nikes or Jordans or a hoodie or whatever, but I didn't. You know what I'm saying? I got this. I got this dope ass shit right here. Ooh-wee. I might not put it back in the tube. Let me just leave it out. Ooh, I can't stop looking at this Joe. Y'all can't believe I'm holding this shit right now, bro. And the quality of the print, yo, this paper is like, I don't know, it's the grade of it. It's not like cardstock, but like this is like some real nice ass paper this shit is printing on. The ink is just awesome. This shit is popping. You can even see the details of the canvas in here. Like, motherfucker, you had this shit scanned. Like, you had to take this shit to the scanning shop, and they had to scan it with the big laser 75,000 QEZ scanner or whatever the fuck that shit is to get this fucking detail in this shit, bro. God damn, bro. Y'all can't tell me that ain't hard, man. Yeah, bro. That's crazy hard, bro. Yes, sir. I'm so happy. Oh, I was saying too, I ordered some shit from another artist, a young lady from Texas. She does letters, like the little wood block letters. Once again, anybody you can go to a hobby store and buy all the letters and paint them and design them however you want. But how she do her shit, man, that shit just fucking hard, yo. Like, she just make that shit look too nice and too professional, yo. And so I hit her up. And I just ordered my last name, Prince. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna hang it over my vanity in the bathroom. So when I'm brushing my teeth and getting out the shower, just look up and see Prince. But how I got my shit done though, like she'll design it however you want that shit, right? So I guess I thought I heard something. All right, I had to. Me and my homeboy have been going back and forth with some political shit lately, man. You know what I'm saying? He's a white Republican, and I'm a black non-political advocate. And goddamn, known this nigga since we been in middle school. Known him since we was young boys before we knew anything about the world. You know what I'm saying? And fought with him hard after we was out of school as adults. And he just sees shit different than I do. So what I had got, yeah, what up? Yo, what I had got for my name, you can't hardly tell it, but this is yo, I got fucking Ghost in the Shell. My whole shit is a Ghost in the Shell theme, yo. Yo, that's the fucking C. Yo, if y'all ever seen Ghost in the Shell, yo, she got the laughing man shit on the E. Yo, this shit gonna be fucking stupid, son. I can't wait, yo. Yes. Yes. So I ordered that shit. Got somebody making my name for me. All Ghost in the Shell shit. Can't wait for that. My homeboy Floyd will hook me up with the goddamn 19 out of 20 print. Signed, sealed, and delivered. Hit me up on Instagram, Facebook. If you check my info bar right here, all my links are the same thing. Paintings by the Prince. If you contact me on there and want to be like more professional, we can exchange emails or whatever. But you can contact me on any platform really. And for commissions, my commissions are a minimum of $400 with a minimum $200 deposit. And depending on what size canvas you want, you know, the price is going to go up. You said a family portrait. So my standard painting is a 18 by 24 inch canvas with the image of one person from the bust up. Basically how you can see me framed in the TV right now. No legs, no hands, just kind of the bust and a face. Now if you want that on a little canvas, I can do that for about $400 or $500 and then shipping. But each individual face that you add, the price is going to go up. If you want a larger canvas, the price is going to go up. The detail of the painting is going to go up. If everybody's standing in a black room with white t-shirts on, that's nice and easy. But if you're outside with a pond and horses and giraffes and trees, and grandma has on a polka dot dress and sister has on a pinstripe blouse or some shit, you know, and you're wearing plaid and turquoise, and it's like, you know, all that shit adds up. So all you gotta do, send me a message, let me see the picture you want done, I'll look it over, I'll shoot you a price. If we can agree on a price, send me a deposit and we'll get started on that shit. This right here is actually a commission that I'm working on now for a good friend of mine. This is actually his third painting, which is fucking awesome. So now he's officially a Travis Prince collector because he has 3 pieces in his collection. And this is my largest commission that I've ever done. So he said he wanted it as big as I can get it, and so this is actually the largest canvas that I had. The main reason being that, once again, I buy my stuff pre-stretched at hobby shops and stuff, and this was the largest one they had, and also the largest one I can fit in my vehicle without it fucking hanging out the back of the SUV and shit. But it's been kicking my ass, this water. I already told my homie, nigga, I should have charged you more for this shit, bro. I actually told him, I'll give him a hell of a deal on this shit because it is his third piece and because it is so big. So I kind of, I'm not shorting myself at all, but I like if it was somebody else, anybody else who wanted this shit, yo, I probably would have charged him like another stack or two. But then I told him, I was like, bro, I should charge your ass more for this shit, man. This shit is, my dude. But it's coming out pretty fucking good. Just be patient and take your fucking time. Don't try to rush the shit. Oh shit. And so yeah. Working on basically the second layer of paint. I'm gonna definitely have to put like another layer of paint on after this one. But it says, I don't know, man, that water. I'm gonna need a whole nother layer of paint, yo, to get that like that glistening sheen. I'm gonna have to come back with some solid all white titanium in a lot of spots. Make that shit kind of shine and glow. But like I said, second layer, not looking too bad. It's coming along pretty good. So that's where we're at. We're gonna hop on that shortly. Afternoon stream, after work. Finish my duty. How everybody doing this evening? Hope y'all had a good day. Not too stressful, but not too easy either. Easy days make you lazy. You can't have too many easy days. I'm supposed to have a meeting tomorrow about a mural project with some grant money behind it. Bruh. Asked for $10,000, and that's not, I'm not even joking. Like, it's in the grant. They got $5, $10, and $20,000 grants, and I think that the guys I'm working with and the organization I work for, we're definitely going to qualify for the $10,000 bracket. And then if I can keep the team small, just me and two other guys, bank. One thing, man, it's an outside mural, and I don't know how fast I wouldn't move shit until the grant money come through. So I really think like them grants be taking a couple months to come through. It'll be cold by the time we get that shit. You might have to just say that shit the next spring, but still get everything lined up, squared away, all the ideas hammered out, so we could put that shit down on paper and apply for that shit at least. I ain't doing no outside mural in fucking November, December. Fuck that. When I just did those 3 murals at my job, yo, everybody still love them shits too, yo. But with COVID, like our office is normally like busy as shit. Asking people in and out all day, guests and visitors in and out like all day. But man, nobody don't even get to see that shit now because nobody don't go nowhere. And our office building is like limited to mostly staff. We're opening it up for like some shit, man, like job searches, resume building, and GED tutorials. Like we're doing that, and we started taking some supervised visits, so parents can have somewhere to see their kids and stuff. But other than that, that's the only shit we're doing like in house right now, and that's limited as hell, and it's only like one person at a time. Where it used to be like our job searches, man, it'd be like 10 people in there. Now only one person come at a time. And then like for our supervised visits, man, we used to have like 5 visits a day, maybe one or two going on at the same time, and like now it's just one a day, and that's like twice a week, yo. But we trying everything we can, yo. You know what I'm saying? It's rough right now for everybody. That's why I'm happy. Like, all right, so on some personal shit, man. Like I was saying too, man. Me and my homeboy keep going back and forth on this political shit. Especially with the dude, the young white dude who shot the motherfuckers in what's the name of this? Kenosha? I don't know, man. A little no name town that nobody heard of until now, and now it's another one of these hot spots because this little white young vigilante want to go and protect some businesses in the city he don't live in and properties he don't own. And my homies see it from that guy's perspective. And it's like, so we been going, because I post shit on Facebook all the time, yo. And yo. But at the same time, like, me and my homeboy, we went to like this private school together. So I know he ain't no dummy. And he know I ain't no dummy. Nigga, I went to the same school you went to. You know what I'm saying? And once again, I knew him since a young boy, so I know he not racist. He not. You know what I'm saying? And my man had drug problems and shit. I used to sell him drugs. Seen him do drugs in my house. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't never like look at him no different or nothing. Like, that's what you doing, my man? That's what you doing. But he wasn't never like no fiend, man. Always dressed nice. Always kept a car, a house, a job. You know what I'm saying? But then, alright, Kenosha. However you say that shit, Wisconsin. But he say, oh, the dude should get self-defense. I'm like, word? That should be self-defense, right? And so we went back and forth on this shit. And then he sent me some guy he listened to who's talking about the issue. And I'm like, man, this dude is all opinionated. That's all his fucking opinion. You know what I'm saying? Then I sent him somebody I listened to. He's like, oh, well, they're just liberals and this. And I'm like, bro, but that's the thing. Like, and then he sent me some Ben Shapiro. And I told him, bro, I listen to Ben Shapiro all the time. And he loves this dude. Do I love Ben Shapiro? No. I actually agree with some of the shit the dude say. You know what I'm saying? Honestly. And that's because I listened to him. And like, the first time I listened to him, he was on some college campus or something. And was he talking about homosexuality or some shit? And some girl in the audience said something, and he spit some shit and like broke her whole argument down. I'm like, the dude's smart as shit. You know what I'm saying? I listened to his whole interview when he was on Joe Rogan. I listened to his podcast specifically a couple of times because he had somebody else on this podcast. And then what's the other guy? Mark or Mike? I can't think of that other dude name. I listen to all these fuckers just to honestly see their perspective on these things. But like for some reason my homie won't listen to other shit, and that's what I'm trying to get him to do. So he wound up sending me another link to this other shit. And I'm like, okay, dude. Riots ravaged Minneapolis because what it says. So he sent me this. All right, riots ravaged Minneapolis businesses can't rebuild because the insurance won't cover it. And then it goes on. It talks about all this shit that's happened since George Floyd's death. And but see, dude, like you're not. He can't put shit in perspective because of the time frame, the history, and like the whole system of this shit. And that's what I'm trying to get him to understand why people are doing this. And another thing that I'm trying to get everybody to understand, because they keep saying all these riots, riots. Everybody's rioting. It's riots. And so what I did was I sent him Dr. Amos Wilson, my dude. I sent him Riot or Revolt. And I'm trying to tell people there is a fucking difference. And Dr. Amos breaks down the difference in a riot and a revolt. But the media won't ever call it a revolt. They're not saying that we're revolting against systematic racism and oppression, discrimination. We're not revolting, we're just rioting and burning. But which one really is it, though? And so I look at all this shit as a revolt, a revolution. And that's how every revolution is violent and chaotic until something fucking changes. I sent him the link. I said, there's a difference. You will have to understand that. Sounds like hate speech to me. The argument that white people are the most evil in the history of the world is insane. Slavery was in every country in the world. All took part, and some still do the best thing. So about that is to move and try. So the best thing to do about that is to move and try to heal. The U.S. is the most free, least racist country in the world. No denying the fact that we have the most diversity and the biggest chance for success. That says enough. It does it really, though. With bricks that remain. And I've been having these conversations with a lot of people lately. And I don't know. I just want to continue to have these conversations is the main thing. Let's keep talking. Let's keep seeing each other's point of view. Let's keep seeing each other's perspective. And be like completely honest with that shit. Alright. Let's get these brushes popping. What are we gonna listen to? What are we gonna listen to? I don't know. I want to listen to that. I wouldn't mind listening to Elon Musk and that Neuralink shit, yo. I done listened to that shit 3 times already. But my man say, making the fucking Matrix. Nobody don't care. Nobody don't care about the Matrix, man. Making the Matrix. Wow. Or is there a new Joe Rogan? What's this? See, Joe Rogan pops right up. And I don't agree with Joe Rogan all the time either, but he has like really good guests on there. Like he does bring on like a lot of good people. Oh, that clip is from 5 months ago. Was Tesla in contact with alien intelligence? Hmm. Uh, Anunnaki documentary from 2 years ago. The Anunnaki, the ones from heaven to earth came, or some shit, is the translation. What about how we know space is flat? Wow. That shit sound like it might blow my fucking mind if I listen to that. Flat space. Machu Picchu? Mmm. Those are the steps. What about this right here? Uh, how to brainwash a nation. I watched this about 15 times.
Now the situation.
How to brainwash a nation. So.
Our conversation is with Mr. Yuri Alexandrovich Bezmenov. Mr. Bezmenov was born in 1939 in a suburb of Moscow. He was the son of a high-ranking Soviet Army officer. He was educated in the elite schools inside the Soviet Union and became an expert in Indian culture and Indian languages. He had an outstanding career with Novosti, which was and still is, I should say, the press arm or the press agency of the Soviet Union. It turns out that this is also a front for the KGB. He escaped to the West in 1970 after becoming totally disgusted with the Soviet system, and he did this at great risk to his life. He certainly is one of the world's outstanding experts on the subject of Soviet propaganda and disinformation and active measures. When the Soviets use the phrase ideological subversion, what do they mean by it?
Ideological subversion is the process which is legitimate, overt, and open. You can see it with your own eyes. All you have to do, all American mass media has to do, is to unplug their bananas from their ears, open up their eyes, and they can see it. There is no mystery. There is nothing to do with espionage. I know that espionage intelligence gathering looks more romantic. It sells more deodorants through the advertising, probably. That's why your Hollywood producers are so crazy about James Bond type of thrillers. But in reality, the main emphasis of the KGB is not in the area of intelligence. And according to my opinion and opinion of many defectors of my caliber, only about 15% of time, money, and manpower is spent on espionage as such. The other 85% is a slow process which we call either ideological subversion or active measures, активные мероприятия in the language of the KGB, or psychological warfare. What it basically means is to change the perception of reality of every American to such an extent that despite of the abundance of information, no one is able to come to sensible conclusions in the interests of defending themselves, their families, their community, and their country. It's a great brainwashing process which goes very slow, and it's divided in 4 basic stages. The first one being demoralization. It takes from 15 to 20 years to demoralize a nation. Why that many years? Because this is the minimum number of years which requires to educate one generation of students in the country of your enemy, exposed to the ideology of the enemy. In other words, Marxism-Leninism ideology is being pumped into the soft heads of at least 3 generations of American students without being challenged or counterbalanced by the basic values of Americanism, American patriotism. The demoralization process in the United States is basically completed already. For the last 25 years, Actually, it's overfulfilled because demoralization now reaches such areas where previously not even Comrade Andropov and all his experts would even dream of such a tremendous success. Most of it is done by Americans to Americans, thanks to lack of moral standards. As I mentioned before, exposure to true information does not matter anymore. A person who was demoralized is unable to assess true information. The facts tell nothing to him. Even if I shower him with information, with authentic proof, with documents, with pictures, even if I take him by force to the Soviet Union and show him concentration camp, he will refuse to believe it until he is going to receive a kick in his fat bottom. When a military boot crashes then he will understand, but not before that. That's the tragic of the situation of demoralization. So the next stage is destabilization. This time, subverter does not care about your ideas and the patterns of your consumption. Whether you eat junk food and get fat and flabby, it doesn't matter anymore. This time, and it takes only from 2 to 5 years to destabilize a nation, what matters is essentials: economy, foreign relations, defense systems. And you can see it quite clearly that in some areas, in such sensitive areas as defense and economy, the influence of Marxist-Leninist ideas in the United States is absolutely fantastic. I could never believe it 14 years ago when I landed in this part of the world that the process will go that fast. The next stage, of course, is crisis. It may take only up to 6 weeks to bring a country to the verge of crisis. You can see it in Central America now. And after crisis, with a violent change of power, structure, and economy, you have so-called the period of normalization. It may last indefinitely. Normalization is a cynical expression borrowed from Soviet propaganda.
Seem like riffraff know what he's talking about, huh?
Czechoslovakia in '68, Comrade Brezhnev said, "Now the situation in brotherly Czechoslovakia is normalized." This is what will happen in the United States if you allow all the schmucks to bring the country to crisis, to promise people all kinds of goodies and the paradise on earth, to destabilize your economy, to eliminate the principle of free market competition, and to put a big brother government in Washington, D.C., with benevolent dictators like Walter Mondale, who will promise lots of things, never mind whether the promises are fulfillable or not. Your leftists in the United States, all these professors and all these beautiful civil rights defenders, they are instrumental in the process of the subversion only to destabilize a nation. When their job is completed, they are not needed anymore. They know too much. Some of them, when they get disillusioned, when they see that Marxist-Leninists come to power, obviously they get offended. They think that they will come to power. That will never happen, of course. They will be lined up against the wall and shot. But they may turn into the most bitter enemies of Marxist-Leninists when they come to power. And that's what happened in Nicaragua. You remember most of these former Marxist-Leninists were either put to prison or one of them split and now he's working against Sandinistas. It happened in Grenada when Maurice Bishop was already a Marxist. He was executed by a new Marxist who was more Marxist than this Marxist. Same happened in Afghanistan when first there was Taraki, he was killed by Amin, then Amin was killed by Babrak Karmal with the help of KGB. Same happened in Bangladesh when Mujibur Rahman, very pro-Soviet leftist, was assassinated by his own Marxist-Leninist military comrades. It's the same pattern everywhere. It's divided in 4 basic stages: demoralization, destabilization, demoralization. They will be lined up against the wall and shot.
So, do we see this currently going on here in American society? Demoralization, destabilization, crisis, and then what do they call the new normal? The new norm, normalization, normalize this shit. Let's hurry up and make it the new norm. How long does it take to brainwash a nation? 20 years. The generation prior can see the brainwashing coming, but the younger ones who are actually going to be in control, it's too late. They're already already brainwashed. The Democratic Party, yay! The Republican Party, all right. Whatever, yo. They got me. I was brainwashed as a motherfucker. I'm slowly trying to wake up out that shit, though. Still be catching myself sometimes. That shit, I think, like, once you already got, like, trying to reverse that shit, man, that should be a lifelong process. Of just relearning shit. So what's next? I wonder if has there been any AI conferences this year? Anybody know about? Everybody just keeping up with the new gaming consoles. These motherfuckers still sneak around having different shit going on. People don't know about it. Oh. Also, mark the dates on your calendar, guys. Sunday, September the 13th. Not this Sunday, but next Sunday. Want y'all to tune in on via Facebook or Twitter or Instagram to what is it? The State Museum of Pennsylvania. Matter of fact, because I have never done it yet. So let me see what their Facebook page looks like real quick. The State Museum of Pennsylvania, Harrisburg. Okay. I'm going to like this page. So, yep. Really simple. This is what it looks like here. I guess it's just some guy holding a tablet reading a book or something. Yay. 3. And so, yeah. So on Sunday, here it is. You can see my painting right there in the middle. So on Sunday, the 13th, they'll be having their award ceremonies at 2 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time via their social media sites, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all that good shit. I don't know if it'll be on YouTube or not, but they're gonna pre-record some parts of it, and then they're gonna have like the 3D virtual tour of the museum exhibit that you can just kind of like click your way through on your mouse or on your phone, I guess. But yeah, this should be pretty awesome to get a statewide acknowledgement, yo. Been waiting for this shit. Damn, bro, I need some new brushes, man. I be beating my brushes up. Like, I don't care. Like, these motherfuckers just grow on trees or something. Just be dogging these little brushes. Like, do you even try? You even try to take care of your brushes? Mm-mm. Don't tell me y'all tired of the awkward silence already, huh? Is that my phone going off? Ooh. What's going on? Why would they even do that? And then after all that deep ass conversation me and my dude had back and forth, he wanted to send me like some funny shit now. Trying to lighten the mood. Yeah, bro. I be making too much sense sometimes. Let's change the subject. I feel you. We can come back to that shit later on. Cause I swear, yo, like I don't really be, man. I don't hardly comment on other people's shit. You know what I'm saying? Cause I already know where that shit lead to, yo. If it ain't some funny comment or like if I agree with it, you know. But when I don't agree with some shit that people post, it's just like, okay, I don't agree with that. I'm not gonna sit there and like voice that shit all extra hard, like, oh, this is wrong for this reason. You know, if that's what you think, that's what you think. But I already know, like, the shit that I post, like, that shit is different. That's why I got two Facebooks, yo. I got one Facebook that's really basically just like my Instagram, where that shit is just art. It's just all art. It's paintings by the Prince. But then like my personal Facebook, my Travis Prince Facebook, yeah, I post anything on that shit. Well, not anything. I don't post anything on there, but like political shit, religious shit. I stay posting like atheist shit. I stay posting like memes about cops doing shit. Stay posting videos of cops getting caught doing shit. You know, and it's a little bit biased. It's a little biased because I try not to post nothing negative about about black people. Motherfuckers be wanting to post all these world star fights and all this dumb shit and all this anything to make black people look bad. Yo, I don't hardly be posting that shit on my page, yo. I look at that shit, but I'm not sharing that. I'm not reposting that. All that shit with the basketball player name with the who married to the actor and they got the little gay son. Like people keep sharing those stories and stuff. I'm not sharing that little boy walking around dressed like that. You know what I'm saying? Like shit like that, man. I'm not trying to. You know what I'm saying? Do what y'all do, man. That's how y'all want to raise your kids, your family. Hey, more power to you. But they just certain shit I don't share. It's too controversial for one, or I just don't agree with it for two. But other than that, like, stay having people come at me about my atheist post. There is no God. Man, how you be saying that, Trap? Then I post all this shit about systemic racism. Then my homeboy, I say, man, him been going back and forth damn near a week now. But it's good. Keep the conversation going, homie. You know, we keep building together, bro. Keep building together. We'll come to a point where we will understand each other better, have a way better understanding of each other's viewpoints as adults. You know what I'm saying? Because we live different lives, but we come from the same goddamn place. I got an uncle too, a white guy. You know what I'm saying? Older white dude. He's like 65. Him and my aunt been married for damn near 30 years. I know my uncle very, 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 very well. Not a racist bone in his body, but me and him don't agree on a lot of shit. You know what I'm saying? And it is what it is. But I like having these conversations so I can understand a perspective, yo. For somebody from a different walk of life with a different viewpoint on life. You can't always talk to people you agree with all the fucking time. You won't grow. You won't fucking see the world for what it is, yo. And I hate people like that who only listen to shit they agree with, only hang around and talk to people they agree with all the time. That shit is stupid. I ain't gotta always agree with you to be your friend and have good conversations and have fun and shit. But some people hate the fucking... That's what I told him. I was like, bro, even if you don't... He talking about, oh, this shit sounds like hate speech, this and that. I was like, no matter what it sounds like to you, listen to the whole thing any fucking way. Because it doesn't sound that way to me. And that's what I'm trying to get you to understand. I see this shit differently than you do. I don't hear any fucking hate speech in this at all. Listen to the whole fucking thing. No matter if you agree with it or not. That will still give you a better perspective of what someone else thinks about this exact same situation. And he will explain to you why he thinks that way. But like some of that shit, I get it. It's hard as shit for some people to listen to, yeah. Like I was listening to the fucking New American Renaissance, non-profit educational organization. I don't even know if a lot of people know about that shit, but they go all the way down to, they keep trying to go to a genetic level saying that the black man is inferior to white people. And they really, really, really believe that shit, yo. And they have all these lectures and all these geneticists and scientists and everybody come up there making their claims why the white race is superior. And I listen to all that shit because I really want to know, like, why do you think that? Where's your evidence? And they come up with some shit, no? You know, most of that shit don't sound real logical, but to them that shit makes perfect fucking sense. Where was I going with this? Right here, maybe? Yo, Dubs. Appreciate it. Bang, 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 bang. Alright. So now this is where it gets a little weird, because he has this tattoo on there. And it's like this. And here. But where this is at. No. Shit. Right there. Alright. I think I gotta draw his tattoo now.
Also the emergency centre, which is, obviously has been implied for a couple of years now. So we're backtracking on some of those so that we can get a proper project management process in place and a schedule that we can track. So those are the highlights. Obviously, I haven't got a chance to read that, but I'll open it up to questions.
Does anyone from council have any questions for Mr. Dealey, the mayor, Director Priambo, or Chief Judge?
John, I have a quick one. So the 2.9 is targeted for the roof only.
Yes.
Am I missing something? Okay.
No, it's absolutely right. So the roof consists of we have the spire, the towers and the spires, and the flat roof as well. So when you look at the building, it's a mixture of kind of slates, flat roof. There's a lot of infrastructure as well that's included. So when you look at the report, you'll see that there's a lot of iron work as well that's included, and of course you can see quite clearly in terms of the main tower where you've got the stained glass window. So it includes all of that. So there's a lot of kind of civil engineering that's going on that roof. So it's not just, unfortunately, it's not just replacing slates or replacing the flat roof butyl liners. There has been some temporary fixes, I think, put up there, which again, I'm not really holding up. The key thing for me, I think, right now is the safety of this building, and also the safety of the people that are walking around it. And again, we've had some recent surveys done. So we've had obviously our maintenance manager have been up there taking a look at it more recently, and that's why we want to do a new assessment of not just in terms of the costs and see how that falls into the 2.9 million, which is taken from an older report, but also we do need to assess it from a safety perspective. So it's a big number.
Anyone else have any questions about the capital budget?
I would say, Carl, you should just mention the RAC fee, I would say.
Yeah, so actually you'll see on the summary, we've done our best to identify the funding for all of these projects that we have in here, and in particular for the roof. We are applying for a RACP grant. There's one available. There's potentially it's no match, which we're pursuing right now. And that goes, obviously, any of these projects, we try to identify potential grants and funds that obviously can supplement the city's finances going forward.
Now, Carl, do you know the timeline for that RACP funding? Is that did the city submit an application for that yet, or what's the process?
Yeah, so we're actually gathering the information right now. That's why we're trying to get the updated study to support that. We have put some requests in for that money, but also we've got a September deadline as well for I think for the one that we're talking about here with the roofing. But also we started a review kind of each month on what grants are available that we can tap into. So anyway, the way to look at this is there's grants and funding which is out there that maybe we haven't been applying for, that we don't have projects for. So we want to look at that because there may be projects that we have maybe that are lower on the list that we can pull forward. And then we have the projects that we've identified that we need, that we want to identify, are there grants available? So we're looking at it from both points of view. And again, we do have a schedule of what grants are open and the opening times, and when obviously we need to get the submissions in for. But for this particular one, we're looking to get that in for September.
And is there a plan in place I know you have an $80,000 grant in hand. Is there a plan in place to spend that before the end of the year?
There is, yes. And that grant, right now, we're looking at using that for, I think it's going towards the IT requirements that we have. Because we've got to do some process changes. So in terms of, one of the things we don't want to do from a technical perspective is we don't want to digitize a bad process. So obviously it makes sense to look at the processes that we have across City Hall, improve those, and then obviously digitize it that way. So yeah, we can use that now because we've already started that process. We're very heavily now into the understanding of all the workflows, all of the connectivity, if you like, that we need in terms of data, so that when we do get the RFP out, which we're planning before the end of this year, is to get the RFP out for our service provider for the technical side of things on the ERP, then we'll have all the data that we need in order to get that thing going really quickly. And also reduces the cost.
The grant that you have a grant on hand that the city already received for the roof, right? An $80,000 grant, is that correct?
That I don't know. I'll just check on.
I thought I read that. Yeah, in the report it says we have an $80,000 grant from the Historical and Museum Commission, which must be used before December 31st, 2020. So my question was, is there a plan to use that funding and in what way before the end of the year?
Okay. Yes, for that one, yes.
Okay.
I was thinking of it, not RACP, sorry, yeah, it's the Heritage.
Oh, that's okay.
Yeah.
Any other questions? Kyle, I think in time it looks like you guys have questions.
Yeah, just on the cost estimates that were in the Highland report, I would just advise just to be skeptical of them. I know I mentioned this to you before. I think it was in there. They estimated like $50,000 for replacements to the windows above the door coming into City Hall, and I think former Mayor Evans, replaced them for 11.
Yeah.
So just be cognizant of that. Looking at those numbers. Just a couple quick. So for example, like when it says information technology and the projected cost is $936,000, and then underneath it's the operating platform at $300. Is that a part of the 936 or in addition to?
No, that's part of, yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then the additional then would just be the hardware, network, and software security.
That's right. So in terms of the services and things that go along with that, yes, will be the ongoing services of that.
Okay. And under the fire department, and maybe Chief Judge could answer this. It says the fire department will secure an LSA grant funding for the acquisition. So are we in the process of trying to secure that, or do we already have that in hand?
We don't have it in hand yet. In my notes, it's a possible LSA grant to fund that for the rescue truck.
That's all I have for right now.
Councilman Schuster?
Yeah, so just to start off, I'm looking at this. When I'm looking at section 904, it says that we should be giving methods of financing. So with all of the departments I see, I mean, there's segments that are in there that are financing parts of these pieces for each of these departments, but the total funding isn't in there. And I understand that if we're going up for grants and things, it's not going to be totally in there. But as we move closer, are we going to identify the funds before we move ahead with the projects, or how would that occur?
No, absolutely. I think as we start building the operating budget as well, as you say, we need to identify those before we move forward with any of these. And I think I say that at the beginning of the summary document. The proviso on these is that obviously the funding is available. So yeah, we have in terms of the control, obviously, of any funding that we get in addition to our general fund, yeah, we're going to track that for each project, and we won't start that project until we have sufficient funding, and that's a proviso to it.
Yeah, and that's pretty much standard operating procedure in the city.
Absolutely. Yeah, I think you've seen maybe again. There's some projects that are ongoing right now that maybe I think that have just taken too long because we just haven't had the clear view of where that funding is coming from for those projects. So they get dragged out, and then we end up with obviously projects that are maybe should have been started and completed within months, and they're just dragging out for years.
Yeah, thinking about that, I'm thinking about the Sorrenti Center. I know recently there was an article for there was some plumbing and electrical done for $25,000, and then recently we got an email from Mississippi Andy saying about $66,000, and then when we're seeing this the capital budget here, we're seeing a total of about $300,000. Now, is that $25,000 and that $66,000 included in the $300,000 total?
No, it's not. In fact, we're talking about this today. I actually going up to that building this week to meet with the current project manager on this to review it, because that $300,000 is our estimate of what we need to complete the building, and we are actually going for a grant for that, which again is going to right now we think it's going to amount to about $250,000. But the intention is to try and tie these things together. So currently, we do not have a project schedule to finish that building, which obviously is not acceptable. So we need to get the project schedule, what needs to be done in what sequence to get that building completed, because it's absolutely going to be a great asset for the city, and it's something obviously we've already spent a lot of time and effort on. So we've got to tie those two things together. What's the requirements to get the building to the point where it's going to be usable for its full intent, and then also tie that to the funding and the availability of that funding. Because a lot of this money is going to come from a grant. That's the plan. And when that grant actually is issued to us, again, I don't know what that date is. So that's why we need to kind of tie those two things together.
Now, it seemed like there was, say, a running tab, and I don't know if that's how it was written in here, but was it about $420 up until July of 2020 was spent on that building?
Yes, that's correct. Yeah.
And that's over past administrations as well, correct?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, and I know we're thinking about right now with the pandemic, and maybe it's used for the pandemic, but the work that we're putting into this building goes towards the future plans of this building and centralizing a lot of that there. How many buildings do we have, and how many areas are we renting most areas around the city, or how are those other spaces that we're using?
No, we're not renting, but it's a good point in terms of again going through this kind of asset reconciliation right now for buildings and for rolling stock, so that we understand obviously what buildings we have and what's also rolling stock we have, so we can first of all is understand that we have a clear picture of what we have. And then in terms of the use of those buildings, the buildings that we have, we own, and currently the buildings are being used, but some of it's for storage. But I think it's something we need to look at, obviously quite holistically, right, in terms of how we use the buildings and do we need those buildings in fact. So looking forward, there may be some opportunities to consolidate, right, to think which has maybe been done in the past, reduce expenditures and maybe even get some additional revenue on those things.
So is that, do we have enough room at that location to consolidate all of those spaces? Or is that in the process still?
I mean, yeah, that's one of the things we want to look at, absolutely. And that's why I think we need to have a much more detailed plan, right, in terms of what that building's use is. So we've got a good narrative now, I think, from PD in terms of what the use of that building is for. Now what we need to do is ascertain the space that's up there, because it's a big building, and there's also surrounding, it's got surrounding land, right? It's got a lot of parking area as well. So yeah, there's definitely an opportunity there to co-use that area for other things. Now there may be some restriction on that, because I think when we bought the land, looking at the original contract when we took over the building, there are restrictions of use from FEMA. So there are some things there that do come into play. But certainly, as much as we can, obviously it makes it easier to manage on a day-to-day basis, and also from a cost perspective, I think improving the density of any of our building and real estate is obviously in the interests of ongoing costs and ongoing maintenance for the city.
And maybe something else sorry, go ahead.
So just to hop in, just like talking about the fleet list alongside we have a whole asset list project going on. There's the fleet with the vehicles, and then also all of our land and buildings. So we're still working through all of that, of who has what, who's got a lease where. You know, there's different things that pop up. You know, we're still digging out some of these things where people will say, oh yeah, there's that city property there, and it's, you know, something that we didn't realize that we had. So we're still going through all of that to make sure that everyone on this call has a full picture of what are the leases, what are the buildings, what is the land, how can we be doing this better? Are there things that are going to roll off and something that we want to, you know, extend the lease? Do we want to sell the property? Do we want to have some use it for city purposes? You know, those are things that we need to all make decisions, but we want to have that holistic picture of what we have, so that we're not making these one-off decisions. We want to be able to have a better base of information.
Yeah, like some of the bills that come to mind, I think of right at the bottom of the Morgan Highway there. I don't know if the highway unit is still there, or up off of
Exactly.
Yeah. Up off of Prescott Ave there by Mansour's. There's the old fire station in there. Now, are some of the old maintenance buildings still on that property? Because that was a military maintenance shed. I know you said that FEMA had like restricted use there, but can we use some of that land for maybe possibly maintaining our fleet in that area?
Possibly, yeah. I think, you know, like I said, it's a big area, and we already are using it for storage, for some vehicles right now. But again, I think we need to. This is what I think we need a full assessment, right, in terms of what we have, and also what we've got its intended purposes, and then we'll have, hopefully, there's going to be some other co-use opportunities there.
And I mean, a cost benefit is somewhat embedded in this whole assessment.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Dr. Rothschild, any questions?
I think all mine have been asked, so I'm pretty good at this time. Thank you.
Okay. I just have a few. Mr. Deely, under the enterprise improvements, you talk about kind of replacing that. It says in the capital budget that you're anticipating funding through federal COVID relief in the range of $40,000. Could you just explain, you know, how that works, and if that the COVID relief reimbursement would it cover that type of expenditure, and how sure are we that would be allowable?
Yeah, so you're right. It's actually it's quite a small amount in comparison to the overall cost. And as we've kind of looked at these opportunities, things with COVID, we have, in terms of supporting remote working, that's number one. Is an opportunity there for remote working. The second thing is for obviously public access in terms of information to city services, city halls, etc. So that's kind of the underlying reasoning behind this. And you know, we've been talking with obviously OECD leading this conversation, but it is unclear, you know, obviously how likely that we will get that money. But right now they're saying yes, if it's going to support remote working, it's going to support kind of obviously the ability for citizens to access information where they normally wouldn't, yeah, we may get some funding for that. But it won't be a great amount. I say I think it's going to be maybe 30 to 50,000 at the most.
Okay. On the Serenity Center, briefly, what I would like to see, if we could, an itemized breakdown from the very beginning of this project to now on the money that has been spent, what has been spent on. I know in talking with Chief Graziano in the past, he's provided responses to us that most of the expenditures were covered by grant money, but I think it would be beneficial just to see what grant money and exactly a full picture of what's happened there. And then the other thing on top of that is how much it costs to actually run that building, utilities, maintenance. If we're going to be spending a lot of money there, it would make sense to game that out. And do we know, I know what the plans are moving forward, but do we know what currently is happening there right now, how that building is functioning? Are there employees in there? Is there, maybe Chief Judge can answer this, the training division isn't in there yet, is it?
No, they're not.
No. Oh, sorry, Carl. Nobody's in there right now. They're doing the police I know do some training there with the EOD unit. We do some training there on a regular basis. We have a training trailer and prop in there. We have a lot of our technical rescue equipment from the Northeast Regional Terrorism Task Force that is stored in that building along with the police. But nobody's working there on a daily basis that I'm aware.
Okay. On DPW, I saw that there is a trial study, which I support for the vehicle GPS and the route management. Maybe Director Preamble can just talk about this program and how long that might take. I think you said it might be the whole fourth quarter, and then you're going to look at what the results were to see if you're going to move forward with it.
Yes, that's correct, Congressman Bond. We have a trial study for some of our fleet vehicles here for additions to GPS network. It will help us with some routing management. The trial period includes 10 vehicles for a 3-month period. So at a no cost to the city of Scranton. We'll be able to see those results that will be calculated through the trial period, and we'll be able to identify any ROIs and make some projections going forward in future budgets. So it's a good trial at no cost to the city of Scranton. The supplier will be doing the install to 10 vehicles, and they will provide all of the additional hardware that's required. And all the data points will be collected and stored for future use and analysis. It's really going to be very helpful in us to provide some modern efficiencies in the collections of our refuse and recycling going forward to help make sound judgments in creation of future budgets as well, and staffing.
Okay, that's great. One of the big projects in here is the replacement of the bridges throughout the city. Is there money already allocated for that? I believe that there was money put away for that a year or two ago. I think the match is $1.5 million. Is that in an account someplace in the budget?
Carl, do you know that answer?
I don't know. We'll have to take a look at that from see what's carried over in terms of what is available that's allocated to that particular project.
Yeah, that's one of the things I was going to bring up too. I think you guys did a really good job on putting this document together. The one thing that I would like to see that maybe isn't as clear is we know that most of this is a wish list, but what on this list is there already money allocated, maybe from previous budgets, the previous capital budget that we already have on hand? I guess that would be. I think that would be good to see. And then in terms of the flood control projects, I know that there's money in here for stormwater management, Kaiser Valley Merrifield Pump Station. Can you just talk to that, the stormwater management aspect of it? I know that's something that has come up at council meetings now for the past few years.
Tom, can you speak to that?
Sure, I'd be happy to. So there's various projects that are out there right now that we're seeking additional grant funding for. The Meadowbrook Flood Protection Project for the utility relocation is scheduled to go into 2021-2023, and that's estimated at $2 million. There'll be engineering and acquisition of right-of-ways. So that's one of the projects. The Kaiser Valley Muirfield Pumping Station project, slated for 2023, is it's going to require some extensive analysis and survey, engineering survey work to be done. That's estimated at $1.5 to $3 million, and we're hopeful that there's some H2O DCED grants and DCNR grants that are available to the city that will be able to tap into those funds through requests. Many of these require, especially the Muirfield Pumping Station, it requires a detailed engineering analysis to be completed first to go along with the submittal for the application of grant funding. And so there's some funding costs that the city has to incur in order to just be able to benefit from those grants in order to do that infrastructure project. The Roaring Brook flood project that we have on here now, that is has been rated recently by the Department of Environmental Protection and some of the other individuals with the Army Corps of Engineers, that the project has been cited, or the current project, the current flood control project for the Roaring Brook has been rated as deficient. So that really is a high priority. There's much structural issues with the basin itself and the flood walls. It does appear that it will hold quite a bit of water from some of the floods that we had recently. You might remember in August of 2018, it actually was coming across and it breached the banks, and it was coming down to River Street, down into the South Washington Avenue area. But there is quite a bit of work that needs to be done on that. That funding is still being explored for the city. But however, there would be some FEMA money that's already being allocated through the state agency. So I hope that answers some of your question.
Yes, it does. And last question from me. In terms of the stormwater management, kind of the plan that Hubert, Rowland, and Grubik, the city hired them a few years ago. Is there any update on that? I know council's asked in the past just for a general update on, are we moving forward with partnering with the county and partnering with other, cities and boroughs throughout Lackawanna County in terms of how we approach stormwater management and our MS4 permit? So is there any update on that you can provide at this point?
We need to be having those talks. COVID has derailed that process, and we have not been talking with the counties and other boroughs about stormwater specifically. We've been talking with them, as you all know, about the public health crisis.
Where's my gloves?
What you see in front of you is the the city's assessment of minimal what we need in the next 3 years on this, but it doesn't include discussions with the county or other boroughs for stormwater. So that is something we all know we need to get going on that and figure that out. But that working group, we've been working on the public health piece. So we need to refocus on stormwater.
And I do know that Hubert, Rowland, and Grubik was putting together, basically a plan to move forward. So if we at some point, and I think this has to be going on 1.5 years or 2 years now that they've been working on this. So if we at some point can have them come in and update us on the progress that we've made, or that they've made rather, I think that would be really helpful.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I don't have any more questions on the capital budget. We only have about 4 minutes, so we have to start a regular meeting. Does anybody have any questions on the capital budget before we move on to the intergovernmental cooperation agreement?
Now that we're talking about Kaiser Valley, is there other projects going on there? I know we talked about the Kaiser Creek thing and that Lindy Creek. Are there other projects there other than just the pump station project, or is that all tied together?
actually, Councilman Schuster, that would actually be all tied together in that engineering assessment that needs to take place first. So we're working on an RFI or an RFI for an RFP. I'm sorry, an RFP for an engineering study to actually do a complete assessment of all of the needs that are in that entire Kaiser Valley area. As you know, it's not just in the Kaiser Valley Basin area itself. It's actually west of Kaiser Avenue going uphill. It affects the Fawnwood Heights, Fawnwood development area, and up in the Newton area. So there's a larger impact that we need to, take a very methodical and analytical approach to it. And having a bona fide engineering study to help guide us through all of the issues that are up there is really long overdue. And we're in a position right now that we're moving forward with that assessment.
All right, thank you very, very much. I'm happy to say that. And I was going to say thank you to the mayor. We did take a walk out there with member of DPW. We took a walk all the way up to the turnpike and worked it coming down. Mayor, if you want to jump in there, I see you.
Councilperson Schuster, thank you. That was a fun day. Those are it's fun to get out and actually be outside and walking around and seeing the problems firsthand. So thank you for that tour. And Chris Jenkins from DPW is great on these issues and is really focused on flood control and Kaiser Valley and Roaring Brook and everywhere else, but really trying to figure out what we can do with Kaiser Valley. I just wanted to say with the study that Director Priambo was talking about, we talk about funding. All of these grants require a study first. And so these, as you guys know, and I know we feel studied to death and government can study things to death, and there are times where we definitely don't need any more studies. This is one of those times where we've got to get this study done. It is long overdue, and that will unlock some of these funds for us. And I think for flooding like this, issues like this, our infrastructure issues, I'm hoping that infrastructure is something that, we can get help with at the federal and state level coming up. We desperately need it, and it's, in addition to, that the coordinated, regional stormwater, figuring out what that response is. We so badly need it, because somebody asked me the other day, they're like, well, what's on the mind of people in Scranton? I said, look, right now it's hurricane season, the storms are coming, people just want to make sure their basements aren't getting flooded, right? We can't focus on other things if we're worried about stormwater filling up our homes. So it's really important, and I appreciate you guys are all, I think everyone on this call is very focused on it.
Yeah, so thank you for clarifying that. I didn't know if they were separate studies or if it was all one, so I guess that clarifies that. And, maybe we start at the turnpike there. I think that opened up our eyes there that some of that flooding coming into Kaiser Valley might begin with the turnpike, so bringing the state in. But thank you.
Okay, it is 6:29. We have to start our regular meeting here at 6:30. We still do have one major item to discuss on the agenda, and that's the intergovernmental cooperation agreement between the city and the Tax Lien Bureau. I don't know, Mayor, if you want to stick around until fourth order, or if you can't, then we would certainly appreciate next week if it's going to be on the agenda for 3 weeks. So if you want to come back next week, that would be fine as well.
Yes. Solicitor O'Brien is planning to come next Tuesday. He wasn't able to make it tonight, so he'll be able to answer questions in more detail then. But if you'd like me to stay on, I can stay on tonight as well. It's up to you.
Okay. All right. Great. Okay. We are going to get ready. We're going to actually start our regular meeting right now. So just give me 1 second and let me. Okay, if everyone could please take a moment and stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. We'll call this public meeting to order. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. If everyone would please remain standing for a moment of silent reflection for our servicemen and women throughout the world, and also for those who have passed away recently in our community. Let us also take a special moment of silence tonight for people in our community and throughout the United States and the world who are suffering or who have passed away from the coronavirus. May those who are sick receive the proper treatment and recover, and may their caregivers, families, and neighbors be shielded from the onslaught of this virus. Let us give solace to those who grieve the loss of their loved ones. Let us thank the doctors, nurses, researchers, and all medical professionals and first responders who seek to heal and help those affected and who put themselves at risk in the process. We continue to hope that their work may conquer this disease and restore communities to wholeness and health. Whether we are home or abroad, surrounded by many people suffering from this illness or only a few, let us stick together, endure together, mourn together, persist and prepare together. And in place of our anxiety, let us continue to hope and find peace. Thank you. Prayer, roll call, please.
Mr. Schuster?
Present.
Right dog in
Mr.
the house.
McAndrew?
Present.
Dr. Rothschild?
Here?
Mr. Donahue?
Here.
Mr. Gahn?
Here, please dispense with the reading of the minutes.
Whatever, guys.
Thank you. Third order. 3A, correspondence received from Lackawanna County.
I'm here listening to our local city council meetings, trying to stay up on the local government, what the fuck these motherfuckers doing with the tax dollars and shit, because they're talking about rebuilding all the bridges, and they need motherfucking surveys for our fucking flooding issues that we have in the area. And that's what I want to hear, yo, because I need my tax dollars to go to something that I can fucking see. A new bridge, fantastic. Less flooding, that's awesome. Let's make this shit happen, motherfuckers, and it don't need to take years and years to get this shit accomplished. Like, my neighborhood, man, the road is bad. My street is bad. Like, y'all need to come through and dig this shit up, drag it out, and motherfucking re-asphalt the whole thing. Don't come through here just patching up a pothole here and patch a pothole there. Motherfucker, I pay too much taxes for that shit. Come through and repair the roads. I need to see what y'all doing with my tax dollars. What y'all got planned for my money. You know, I gotta go to work every day. I gotta work a 9 to 5. And if I don't pay my taxes, you know, they gonna call me a bum. So, I need y'all to verify that y'all put my tax dollars to the proper use. Yes, I mean. Such a step, man. Show and prove. Alright, guys. 6 minutes short of 2 hours. Dang, I talked for a whole fucking hour and still didn't paint for an hour.